Nothing in its path was safe, not the planes in the sky.
Johnny, the interview with Tucker and Vladimir, it's taken place. Are we going to talk about, what are we going to... The interview? No, bugger that, Johnny, we're not talking about that.
And it is considered to be the year of the establishment.
What are we talking about? Today we're going to talk about chimpanzees and Mount Rushmore. Chimpanzees and Mount Rushmore? Yeah, now not specifically about those two subjects, but they're sort of intertwined in what we're going to talk about. Right, yeah. Now, Johnny, I want you to cast your mind, get in a dream state. Right. And cast your mind forward, say, 2,000 years. Get on with it. Yeah, 2,000 years now. By then, we would have developed God knows where, seeing as how far we've come in the last 100. In 2,000 years, we would probably be capable of pissing off and leaving this whole planet entirely and travelling to new planets. Yeah, in the future. Now, just imagine we did that, Johnny, and we decreed that the Earth was just one big national park and we should leave it entirely to the animals and creatures and the woods and the forests of the Earth. Yeah, we just left it alone. Right. Well, I suppose in 1,000 years maybe we could... Now, I want you to go forward, say, 1,000,000 years now, Johnny, 1,000,000 years past that. Yeah, in the future. And by now, the chimpanzees that we've got fucking hanging around in the trees here and scratching their ass, they've developed into bloody near humans. Holy shit! Yeah, they've developed, they got cars and clothes and all that sort of shit. Which is a funny sort of premise, but it could possibly happen. Your point being? Now imagine those chimpanzees, Johnny, in 1,000,000 years, they start digging around, they've become bloody archaeologists and all that sort of stuff. Jesus Christ. Now back when we left, they were too dumb to realise that they didn't even know what fucking day it was. But now they've developed into humanoid type people and they start digging around and they're finding these old artefacts of bloody our civilization and everything. And then one day they see this big mountain off in the distance and it's covered in vines and all sorts of jungle and shit. And they think to themselves, these chimps that have turned into humans, they start thinking, we'll have a look, there's something under there, we'll have a look. And they start clearing away all the bloody rubbish and vines and trees and boulders and, yeah, all right, and clean it all up. And lo and behold, what do they find? Well, Mount Rushmore. Oh my God! Mount Rushmore? Now, what is a bloody chimpanzee that's evolved into a human? What are chimpanzees supposed to think of this fucking find? Well, this is bloody... We're the only chimpanzees that have been here. There were no chimpanzees before us. So who the hell built this bloody big monument with these 4 big heads poking out of it? Well, I suppose the chimpanzees that have turned into humans, I'd say they'd be pretty bloody surprised. Your point being? Well, perhaps that's where we are, right at this bloody point of time. But Johnny, would the human race just fuck off and leave the whole world just to bloody manage on its own? It is good environmentally for us to do that. And these new proto-humans that were once chimps, they'd be making films and bloody movies and there'd be discussions about it and there'd be one side of the traditional chimps that had turned to humans that was saying, no, it's impossible. It was all done with bloody chisels and just... It was all done with copper chisels and hammers, and that's how it was done. Well, we all know it wasn't done with that. It was done with fucking great big machines, big drills and the chimpanzees that had turned into humans, Johnny, they'd be thinking that, well, there was no previous society. They couldn't have they couldn't have huge big tools and electricity and everything. It's just impossible. Yeah, by Jesus. But maybe they're more enlightened chimpanzees. They began to think that maybe there is something different going on. Jesus Christ, Johnny. Well, Johnny, that's bloody all very interesting, but what are you on about? What are you... Why, Johnny? Yeah, I just thought it was bloody something interesting to think about. Jesus Christ. With all the bloody stuff that's going on in the world at the moment, and all you can talk about is fucking chimpanzees and...
Oh, no!